Gets set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun, Fields. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Fields. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Fields. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, step it back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 50. The 30, past the 20, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown, and a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Back to you.
Back to throw. Fields. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Off the play fake. Fields. Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Jordan racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up. That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's got room to run past the 20. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Now.
Looking to throw on second down. Franks. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Under 10, under 10.
Operating from the gun, Franks. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Tate, and that is incomplete here.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Fields. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. On 1st and 10, Fields. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Whip. Watch the whip. 47 Mike. Bring it.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. To throw on 2nd down, Franks. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
First down, Saints.
Ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
80 weapons.
From the gun, Franks. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
And the Saints, first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
30 base. X3. 218. Chop. Shoot.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Go. 60 Pittsburgh.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On first down, Fields. He's got it to Williams. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. He completes it to Boyd. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Looking to throw. Fields. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Fields looking deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Looking to throw. Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Brings up 4th down.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Back to throw. Franks gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Down. 18, Gator. Pilot, 64, weak.
First down, Saints.
Hey, Charlie,
Off play action. Franks. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That was Patrick Peterson from his quarterback spot whirling in for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and now it's third down.
Ready up. Mike 57. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Operating from the gun, Franks. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Franks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Franks. And he'll find Lashley there. It's complete. And a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw again. Fields. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Tighten up. Recon, 132 fighter.
2nd and long. And Thomas has it. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
61, match box, lead grip.
Kamara try the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
6-6, pull it high.
Again, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Franks looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. He's got his man, Boyd. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
That's good for Bengals. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Fields. Throw left side complete. It's Brooks. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
They run with Taylor. And some room to work. A big play there for the Bengals. 49 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was looking to go back to Stills, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
On the play. 2nd and goal at the Saints' 5-yard line.
2nd and 5. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On 3rd and 2, Fields to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Fields. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all out.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not picking touchdowns in it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They'll run. This is Kamara. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. This quarterback now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Operating from the gun, Franks. It's caught. Smith. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Franks. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Running with Kamara. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Lutz puts this one through. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
That's trash. 50's the mic.
Throwing on first down. Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it to Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. To throw on 2nd down. Franks. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Fields. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. and that got it done in this one.
So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 now at 4.